Tuesday, October 28th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. A lot to discuss as we go through the course of the next week or so here. Let's get right into it. I'll start off with a look at a couple of the web cameras across the state of North Carolina. The Avalon Pier webcam on the left, the Beach Mountain Parkway camera on the right. That's courtesy of resortcams.com. 58 there atop Beach Mountain, 61 in Kill Devil Hills. So not a lot of temperature variation across the region this morning. It was a nice Monday. Look at these highs from yesterday, 70s and low 80s, mid 80s down around Columbia, but North Carolina, mountains to coast, generally in the 70s to the lower 80s out there. Temperatures at 5:30, as I'm cutting the video this morning, 40s and 50s. It's 44 in Boone, 59 in Myrtle Beach, 50 in Cape Hatteras, 52 in Fayetteville, Wilmington, and Greensboro, and 56 in Charlotte. Now, as we look at the overall setup today, it's a pretty quiet one. Our next cold front off to the west of us, a band of some showers associated with that. And we will have a chance of some showers with that frontal passage tomorrow, late in the day especially. But today, another day with sunshine and plenty of it. There's a look at the radar at the moment. And again, pretty quiet out ahead of that front, but you go off to the west of us, and there is that band of some shower activity, a few thunderstorms at times too. Associated with that frontal boundary. That'll stay west of us throughout the day today, so it's going to be a warm Tuesday. Our high temperatures this afternoon topping out in the low 80s in many spots across North Carolina, some mid 80s in the Sand Hills and down into South Carolina and the Wilmington area. Now tomorrow the front actually gets here. And again, like we've been mentioning, this is not going to be a huge rain event, but I do think a quick hitting shower chance tomorrow afternoon with that front. Highs tomorrow in the 70s in many Piedmont spots as that front works in from the northwest, warmer as you head further to the south and east, and then a cooler setup begins to take over for Thursday and Friday. That cooler air mass begins to set in. Now really Thursday and Friday look pretty nice. Here's a sampling of highs across the region Thursday in the 60s, similar for Friday, and the weather still looks great for all the trick-or-treaters on Friday evening, with the temperatures dropping through the 50s under a mostly clear sky. But then we gear up for a big blast of cold air this weekend. Still looks like a big Arctic area of high pressure building down into the eastern parts of the country. And let me go back to this chart one more time here. And that's going to give us a pretty good amount of sunshine, but chilly temperatures. Now I wanted to show you what the European model is doing with the 0Z run. This is the 500 millibar vorticity chart, and it carves out a very potent and quick-hitting upper-level low that works through the region this weekend, mainly Saturday. And it's actually enough to wring out a decent amount of snow in parts of the mountains and then points north and east from there. And actually, if you take the model at face value, it actually brings a few wet snowflakes to the northern tier of the Piedmont as that potent disturbance pivots through. Now I think it's overdone. The GFS is not as aggressive with this feature this weekend, but it just goes to show you that this is a shot of cold air coming in this weekend. Now take a look at our highs. Saturday, I'm going to go 52 in Greensboro, mid to upper 50s in Charlotte. There will be a fairly stiff northwest wind throughout the day on Saturday. And then here is a look at the lows Sunday morning. We'll keep adjusting these, but it looks like many Piedmont spots will have a freeze Sunday morning, at least a frost, and it's looking more and more likely that a freeze will occur Sunday morning. And we'll be pretty chilly, probably frost and a freeze in some spots again Monday morning. So this is a big shot of cold air over the weekend. We eventually warm back up next week, though. I think we get back into the 60s for highs by Monday. All right, tropical update. Yesterday, very briefly, the National Hurricane Center classified what was once Tropical Depression number 9 as Tropical Storm Hannah. It's just a remnant area of thunderstorms kind of meandering around parts of Central America. There's also a tropical wave east. Well, looks like I forgot to put the right endpoint in there, but the bottom line is we had a flare-up of thunderstorms in the northeastern Caribbean Sea also, or just east of the northeastern Caribbean islands that bared watching for signs of development. But that's not likely to develop. The overall environmental conditions not terribly favorable. All right, that is it for today. Everybody have a wonderful Tuesday, and God bless.